Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF. There's Kiss. God gave rock and roll to you. It's Mark Razz. Kip Winger is here. Just got done doing lunch with the man.
I'm finishing my lunch. I'm eating my dessert.
That's okay. You could do that. We can talk while you're doing that. Well, you've been busy.
God gave.
We were just talking about that song.
God gave.
Yeah, I'm waiting for someone to do that at church. Wouldn't that be great?
I know,
I think that would be hilarious.
It is very gothic like that.
Big gospel choir in the background. I think that would go pretty well.
Wow.
Crazy stuff. You're on this album, too. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. You're the battle station.
How is that movie doing? I've been on...
Is it doing okay?
I've been in a bus.
Yeah. Well, Bill and Ted, the first one was sort of like a cult movie, and this one, of course, was the more popular one. But it's doing okay. It's, of course, Slaughter has a good song on here, and, of course, you do, and some others. And Megadeth is getting a lot of attention, too, on this album. So, yeah,
well, that was fun.
Some stuff.
That was fun to do that.
We got Kip Winger here, and we're going to talk some about the tour, and he's going to be doing the Hampton Beach Casino Club. That is tonight, and of course they still have tickets at the door for that tonight, so make sure you stop on out to kick off your Labor Day weekend. I want to ask you some questions. Go back a little bit in time here. You ready for this? Tell me about the Ballet School. Is that
just hit me hard right from the
no,
what is this?
I'm not hitting you hard. I'm just asking.
What about it?
Did that affect your performing at all as a rock musician?
Safe, no. I was in karate when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I changed from that to ballet because, I just wanted to get a little bit more musical movement going.
I think
it was always
cool.
a hobby,
I think that's cool. Lynn Swan did it for the Steelers.
There were tons of girls in the class, and I hung out at the, and it really helped my performance because I come from more of a theater-oriented performing mode. It sounds strange because we don't do a lot of theatrics in our show, but I played with Alice for a while, and so that was all really natural for me to just kind of click into the theater aspect.
No, that's cool.
That.
You got Herschel Walker doing it now, so actually these guys are doing it actually for for flexibility.
Yeah, well, I started it 12 years ago, and back then everybody thought, what? What are you doing that for?
What is he, a homo?
Yeah, basically. I got a lot of that, but the truth is that it's extremely difficult to do it, and it really builds your muscles.
Well, it teaches you discipline, too.
Yeah. The music is good. It's really a cool thing to do. It's like, it's just one of those quirky, cool things to do if you're in it. It's very addictive.
So you started the trend, then?
No, Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull has been doing it for years. And same with Freddie Mercury from Queen.
I didn't realize that.
Both of those guys are hardcore ballet.
Do you still do any of that, or you still do the exercises, I would imagine?
Well, when I'm on the road, I can't really do too much, but when I'm off the road, I hang. I live in New York City, so I hang out and do that. But
that's pretty cool. I just thought it was interesting because it's been a while since I did.
You get to see all the girls in their tights, man.
Oh, that's great. That's why I like to go to aerobics classes.
And then you're in your tights.
And then you go in the
and they're in your tights.
They're in your tights.
And they're in your tights.
That's right. Yeah.
And it gets pretty interesting.
I know. I know. Hey, it's Mark Razz. Kip Winger's here. We'll talk to him. He's going to be our guest disc jockey throughout the hour, and we'll ask him some more questions. I'm also a little bit later on going to give you some names, and I want you to give me one-word answers on it. Okay?
Okay.
That'll be pretty cool.
Oh,
Here's
sorry.
Mark. This is Barracuda on 107.3 WAAF. Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF. There's Big Audio Dynamite 2, and that's called Rush. It's Mark Razz. Kip Winger is here. He's getting ready to do a show tonight. And
I just said a cuss word. You didn't hear it, did you?
So? Sometimes we cuss, depending on what's happening.
Really?
Depending on the context you use it in.
Really?
Yeah. But you can't use the infamous 7. The infamous 7.
You mean the George Carlin?
That's right. Those are still pretty much banned. But, hey, we're going to talk a little bit about, you're coming off of 13 months on the road. You've been in Boston, geez, I guess this has got to be the 25th time now. And,
hey.
All right, no, it's cool. We welcome you back every time. You always put on great shows out here. And you're getting ready to go on vacation.
I'm going to go to Jamaica, man. No,
Jamaica.
I don't know. Where should I go?
Hawaii's cool.
Hawaii?
Yeah,
Maybe
go to Hawaii.
Either Hawaii. I don't know. I want to go to an island somewhere.
Don't go to Malibu. That's where Bon Jovi's going.
Malibu, California?
Yeah, he just bought a house out there. He's going to chill out for a year. So, yeah, he's got to use a little more imagination than that, wouldn't you think?
I think he wants to be next to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Probably. Yeah. Maybe he wants to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who knows? But you're gonna. Now we were talking a little bit during the songs here that you're gonna take the band in a different direction next time. You're gonna take some time to think about how Winger's gonna develop for the third album.
Yeah, we're gonna take some time off. I mean, we toured 13 months this year and a lot of bands weren't even able to stay out because the rock, tickets prices and ticket sales and all that stuff and live shows, and there's been a recession and all that. So we've been very lucky. We had a lot of good tours. We were in Europe for 4 months out of the 13.
Well, I want to ask you this. You did major arena shows. You were just over here at the Centrum not too long ago, and you're doing even smaller clubs now as the tour winds down. What do you like to do better?
It depends. It's so different. The small clubs I love because you can look right in the face of the people. Sure. and like slap hands and hang out, and you don't have to be it's a great hangout. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I grew up playing clubs, right. So it's great. I love that. But arenas are great because when you were a kid and playing in clubs, you always dreamed about playing in the arena.
You're right. Yeah.
But you don't see people in the arena really. I mean, they're kind of far away, and I prefer the size of the stage in an arena and the sound system and everything and the lights and all that. But the intimacy of the club thing is good too. I never want to forget where I came. I never want to not be able to play a club because what happens in a club is you don't have your ramps and you don't have your lights and your bombs and your blah 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 blah.
Whatever.
So what you got to do is you got to play music and you got to sing, and you got to sing your ass off.
Yeah.
And it's really it's a good way to keep your craft honed, so to speak. So I don't feel like I have an ego about either way. I mean, I'll play right here. I don't care.
Now, where do you think you're going to take the band, and what kind of direction do you think you're going to go? Yeah, we just talked about Skid Row off the air here too, and we're saying that their first album was pretty much mainstream hard rock, and now with this new album, Slave to the Grind, I mean, they are really cooking on this thing. I mean,
it's very heavy.
Rocks.
Yeah, I really like it. I think Sebastian's vocals are godlike on this album. Guitars are real good. What I'd like to do is do maybe more of a cross between AC/DC meets Def Leppard-ish kind of a
right.
Because like I say, I hear a lot of melodies and the kind of stuff that we write is pretty melodic. But I'm going to switch producers this year and get some new blood going and take enough time off to where it's not like we're in your face and because I feel like it takes time for people to, they get to know you and they go, okay, this is cool, and then, they get sick of you a little bit and then they back off and then you put out something new.
I don't think they get sick of it. I think they just get a little tired sometimes of the,
No, it's just a matter, I think a lot of artists have a problem thinking that everybody out there wants to buy their every little piece of product by one particular artist, and I think it's a real lame way to be as an artist.
Some artists, you take, Boston took 10 years between each album. That might be a little long.
That's a little long, but I mean, Peter Gabriel is a good example.
What is he, about every 3.5?
Yeah, that's a little long for my taste too. But I mean, the point there is that they don't put something out until it's great. And I think that's a really important stage for a band like our band right now to really be careful about, not just putting anything out.
We'll talk more with Kip Winger.
I mean, it's not just me; it's a lot of bands.
Yeah, and it depends on what the other guys want to do too. I mean, the input from Reb and everybody. I mean, it's just a matter of how you're feeling at the time.
Well, I'm speaking also in general for a lot of bands like our band.
Mm-hmm. It's 107.3 WAAF. It's Mark Razz, and Kip Winger is our guest disc jockey today. We're going to play Miles Away here, and when we come back, we'll talk more. And we're going to run down some names. I want to get a reaction from Kip on some of these. You'll get a kick out of this. Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF. It's White Lion and Wait. And, of course, they're going to be in town. And they're doing a show on Sunday night. It could be their final and last gig. That's right. It happens a lot. It happens a lot in this business of ours. Isn't it crazy?
Hey, it's a tough business, man.
I'm going to do these names.
All right.
And I want
what do I do? What's my
Just
job?
give me, I'm going to ask you a name. All right, I'm going to mention a name, and you give me one-word response.
Do I have to, like, have an instantaneous response? Or is there gonna be
we'll wait a couple seconds.
Is there going to be some dead air on it?
No, there could be dead air. But you got to respond, though, okay? And if you don't want to respond, we'll think you're a wimp. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Okay, can I be honest? Is everyone out
honest.
there? Okay, everyone out there in the listening audience knows that this is the real, unedited Kip Winger, no frills.
That's right. All right, ready? Axl Rose.
Insane.
Pauly Shore.
I don't know who that is.
That's the guy on MTV, Pauly. Hey, dude, yeah. All right, so we'll forget about him.
Sorry, I've been in Europe for 4 months.
Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Godlike.
Cher.
Horrible voice. Great actor.
Okay,
One
actress.
word.
Tipper Gore. This is going to be a great answer.
Bogus.
All right, Brent Michaels.
Gee, that's not fair.
Okay, Joan Jett.
Pretty cool.
All right, Jimi Hendrix. Dead.
I gotta tell you a story.
Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, tune your guitar.
You think he's out of tune all these years?
No. Reb got in trouble for saying that in a guitar player interview once.
I remember that.
Yeah, and he was joking. He was joking.
Yes, he was. I remember
Jimi
that.
Hendrix. Drugs.
Billy Sheehan.
Should be my bass teacher.
Okay. David Lee Roth.
Bald.
Is he really bald? That's a toupee? No. We're learning here. Rod Stewart.
Well, I did her first.
Oh, all right. Pee Wee Herman.
Come on, I'm trying to think of something good here. Pee Wee Herman. History.
Yes. Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF. This is Wingers headed for a heartbreak from Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF. We'll be back in a minute. Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF. It's Extreme, and they will be at Great Woods this Sunday with ZZ Top. And in the studio right now is Kip Winger. He's going to be out at the Hampton Beach Casino Club, and that is tonight. Of course, good seats still available. You'll like that club. It's going to be a good time for you.
Cool. Come on. We're going to have
All
fun.
right, now you're going to be finishing up, and you're going to be going on vacation and relaxing. I bet you can't wait till this is done. I mean, if you want to see the fans, of course, tonight. But
I can't, but I fear getting ready for another tour because it takes like a month to get back in shape, right? So,
wow.
So I'm a machine now. I can walk on stage. I could do 2 sets, you know? I mean,
there you go.
So I'm a little afraid to like let you got to keep working out the whole year off. So it's not really like a break. I mean, for example, if I put an album out on June 1st, you have to deliver it 2 months before that just to get the parts ready. So then you have to record it. That'll take 3 months, and then we have to write the song. You know, I mean, we have songs now, but
is there any songs floating around from the last couple albums that haven't gotten on that are just waiting?
Yeah, there's a couple, but I don't believe in really taking songs from the past and putting them on unless they're very, very special.
Does the message change at all? Is that why? Maybe you were feeling differently back then.
Yeah, I think songs that are written in a certain time reflect a certain time, unless they're absolute classics, you know. And I don't think there's many of those songs around anymore. So for me, I think, you know, I like to press on and move into the future and do what I'm feeling now, you know. So,
is there anything you're going to write about? I know you toured Europe during the war. Anything that you've experienced this year with that, or anything going to come out?
You know, what's weird about that is Miles Away became like this big dedication for the troops, and that was a absolute accident. I mean, we had in no way intended that to be in connection with the war or anything like that. I mean, it turned out okay for us because it was a dedication for, you know, loved ones in the war, which is okay, you know. But I would.
And it's better than God Bless the USA. I'll tell you that.
If it had,
I got sick of that song.
If it had been anything other than that, I kind of would have been bumming out because I don't endorse war and all that kind of stuff, you know. But
let's do some more of those names and reactions.
Am I supposed to give one-word answers? I'm sorry.
Well, no, if you want to do more, go ahead. I mean, it's okay. I just want to get your reaction on some of these. Right? You ready?
Yeah, give me.
Andrew Dice Clay.
I like Andrew Dice Clay.
Okay. How about Nuno Betancourt?
Great guitar solo. Great guitar solo.
He does have a great guitar solo.
That's my most memorable thing about their show.
Vince Neil.
The nose job.
You think he'd kick Axel's ass? If they ever had that big fight they were talking about.
It's kind of like, the Tasmanian Devil and the Roadrunner. That's how I envision Axl Rose in a fight.
Wait, he's what, the Tasmanian Devil?
Yeah, and I think Vince Neil is... Vince Neil's pretty straight ahead. I mean, Vince is... I wouldn't want to get in a fight with Vince, but...
Axl's a pretty big guy, though,
But, I don't know. Axl just seems insane enough to pull some really weird punch. I happen to think Axl Rose is pretty cool.
Yeah.
For one reason. He's not faking. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So many times in today's bands, people try to anticipate, what's going to give me the press to be famous and stuff like that. I mean, actually, this guy's not trying. You know what I mean? He just is.
Yeah.
And the rest of the people that are like him are trying to be like him, So I think Axl's pretty cool. And again, I'm a big Motley Crue fan too, but they're totally different ends of the spectrum.
All right, Madonna.
I tell you what.
Just once, right?
Yeah, just once.
That's all you have to say.
Let me do Madonna. Madonna, if you're out there.
Hey, come on over.
You wouldn't be disappointed.
That's right. How about
my shoe size is 8, but there is no truth to that myth.
That's right. There's no... How about Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper is a genius. Absolute genius.
All right. Angus Young.
Greatest rock and roll guitar riff writer in history, next to Jimmy Page.
Okay, very good. Tom Petty.
Great songwriter, can't stand his voice.
All right, Pete Townsend. I'll do 2 more after this.
Safe fella.
Yes, just once.
See me, feel me has a whole new meaning.
That's right, and Rough Boys does too. All right, Heart.
Ham and cheese sandwich.
And a final one, Howard Stern.
Howard, if you're out there, give me one more chance in the ring.
That's right, he's tough. He is real tough. Kip Winger, thanks for coming by. I hope you have a great show tonight. And
come on out. It'll be fun.
When you relax and take a couple months off, we'll be looking for that new album. Hopefully it'll be one that just rocks some doors off.
I think you'll like it. Yeah, we got some stuff for it. So thanks for having me.
Hey, it's great hanging out with you. Thanks again. All right, let's give him a hand. All right,
no, we're giving you a hand, not me.
You're giving me a hand. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF. Kip Winger, of course, tonight. Hampton Beach, then he's going to do Providence in 2 nights, I think, right?
Tomorrow
night, and then you're off to one more show.
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Now that would be a great gig. West Virginia on a Saturday night.
On a Sunday night.
On a Sunday night, yeah. That's cool. There's dead farm animals out here. That'll be good stuff. All right, we'll see you again soon. All right, Untamed Radio 107.3 WAAF Taiketo on the way.
Okay, now watch his claws. He's pretty...